Howdy, folks. Dr. Freedom, every times for Dr. News. News from in and around the universe or may not make. One of these days, yeah, I got to cut it right there. Now you can almost see Jody's face. It's just her skin tone is so pale. And after we put the new light bulbs in, it's usually like she's this angelic ghost figure staring at you. What's really freaky, though, is that when I'm playing like Fallout and there's a dark screen and she's normally like right here, for the first few weeks she was there, it was like I had to stop myself because it looked like somebody was standing in the background staring at me. I'm like, it's like, okay, but all right. But let's get to the stuff you want to hear. Yeah, like I said, 2021 has not started out to be a good year. Between, we've lost relatives and COVID's still here. But the good news is there's a vaccine going around. But the bad news is now they're saying there's another strain of this crap running around. So once again, be careful out there. But let's get to what little I do have. All right, here we go. It's off to Screen Land, that magical place. Okay, speaking of magical places, yeah, they were filming at the Wales Millennium Center. Now, a lot of you may remember that this was the centerpiece for Torchwood, but I don't think it has anything to do with Torchwood because it looks like this was mainly interior, filming. Now, someone said they spotted a Dalek, but the problem is, it turns out later, the only Dalek that was known to be there was a cosplaying fan who was happy to have spotted Mandip Gill on the scene. But sadly, no one got any pictures of Mandip Gill here. But the cool part is, if you go click on these, somebody ran in later, and if you want to get a look at what was going on inside, it's kind of like a really weird set going on here. It almost looks like a tavern of some type going on, or some kind of like square. Who knows? But like I said, it doesn't have anything to do with Torchwood, but I just had to mention that, yeah, this is where Torchwood and all that was filmed. Matter of fact, somewhere off over there in the distance, as Yanto's Shrine is still up, if I remember right. So, okay. Filming in Porthkerry, it was basically an actress wearing leather boots, a backpack, and a holstered pistol running through a field while being chased by a drone, and then they turned around a couple of times, and that was about all it. Then look, there's some pictures of the crew van set up and all that. So looks like some second unit stuff going on out there. No biggie. Sylvester McCoy, hang on, supports a person of color as the next doctor. Sylvester's always been pretty open about who they get to bring it as another doctor. Come on, this is the poor guy who got wound up being the last doctor of the classic series. And as I said a billion times, him and John Nathan Turner sucked the blame for the cancellation of the series, even though they had plans for at least 4 series. And the problem is, though, is BBC politics. Michael Gray wanted it gone. And that's the only thing I think that'll take it down in the modern era, besides the upcoming budget cuts. So, I'm glad that Sylvester is very open, about this. And, but also Sylvester said, quote, "If I'd done a 4th year of Doctor Who, I might have never left." He is now starring opposite Maisie Williams in the home invasion thriller, The Owners. And he pops open to the appeal and which opens up about the appeal and psychological horror, the tragedy of Doctor Who, and coping with life in lockdown. And he goes on a bit in here. Now, I'm glad to see that, Sylvester, besides The Hobbit, which he mentions a lot, he's still out there working. He's still popping up here and there doing different things. So, and he talked about his co-worker, co-star here. She's a rising star as an actress, but I wouldn't be at all surprised she became a director and a producer. I think she should. She's got all those abilities and the intelligence and the knowledge of the business from years of doing it, being steeped in it from a very young age. So, high praise of Maisie Williams there by Sylvester. But here's the one that everybody's talking about. Boing. BBC faces oblivion despite TV drama Golden Age, says Russell T Davies. No, this has nothing to do with Jodie Whittaker, Chris Chibnall. They did not take out the BBC. They are not burying the guys on floor 6's bodies out behind Rothlock. Now, what happens is RTD's talked about this before. And he said, quote, he said, the BBC, which has screened several, things. Well, he goes right now in front of us, but he said his head was heading for extinction right now in front of us, but said we were experiencing a golden age of drama. And he's also said, um, basically, he goes, the state of the broadcasters is not so magnificent. I've given up fighting for it. He previously criticized the government for slashing funding to the BBC and treating it with contempt by failing to defend it against its critics. He said last year that the government was morally and profoundly opposed to the BBC while discussing the effect of the coronavirus pandemic on the television industry. He said his repeated warnings that the broadcaster was doomed had gone unhealed so long that I'm now sitting back thinking, I'll be 60 soon. I had the best of it. Well done. Bye bye. And what happened was the BBC in the modern era is now going up against many, mega giants of streaming, places like Netflix and stuff like that. And it's very hard for the Beeb to compete in that new environment. And I think he's been predicting that, it's going to go under. And also the fact that, as he said, the government keeps cutting the funding. And then they wonder, why can't we keep up? Plus, also, as I said before, I could have sworn they passed some laws where if you're over a certain age now, you don't even have to pay the license fee, and that cut a big, nice sized chunk out of their budget as well. So the BBC is going to have to evolve, adapt, or die. It's that simple. And I agree with them. If you cannot adapt to new ideas, that's the nature of the beast. You're going to go under. You're going to be those dinosaurs sitting there waiting to hug the asteroid as it comes in. That's all there is to it. It's reality. Okay, so once again, folks, I just wanted to say, don't let haters out there get you down. Now, somebody was running around on Twitter screeching because they've decided not to do the Unicorn and the Wasp for a watch along because of some things apparently Gareth Roberts said in the past. I remember hearing something about that, but I'm not even going to dig into it. Why this person is ranting on and on about this like it's the end of their day. It's matter of fact, they're claiming that woke quote unquote individuals, leftists, yada yada, have killed the entire entertainment industry. And I'm sitting there thinking, not even Godzilla will take on the mouse, man. It's like Disney's going to be there long after even I'm gone. And it's just amazing to me how this person's going on and on and on about this, like somebody showed up at his house and crapped in his breakfast cereal. It just amazes me. But it's like, it's their lockdown, it's their choice, and frankly, why is it your business what they tweet along to? I don't get it. Oh, well, folks, take care of yourselves. Remember, be careful. COVID is still out there. Wear masks, wash your hands, look out for each other. Check if you haven't heard from somebody you know, just check in on them. Say, call and say, hey, everything okay? Once again, the best thing you can do in this crazy world is be kind. And a lot of people seem to have forgotten those words that Peter Capaldi made rather famous. Just be kind. Good night, everyone.